Warning: sensitive images.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
I nostri programmi sono offerti in molte lingue. Consultate suprememastertv.com/schedule.
O monk and great sage, tell us this best path which leads to liberation from all misery as you know it. Please continue watching to find out more.
Namaste, pious viewers. I am Siddhant. The soulful people of India admire your compassionate ways. May Lord Mahavira send you heavenly blessings and joy. One of the oldest religions in the world is Jainism, traditionally known as Jain Dharma. Originating from ancient India, Jainism centers around concepts such as right perception, right knowledge, and right conduct. Practicing these principles can lead to the attainment of moksha, or realization of the soul's true nature. The concept of ahimsa or non-violence is of equally great importance in Jainism. Thus, with compassion for all life, practitioners of Jainism follow a pure vegan or plant-based diet. Jains follow the ancient wisdom of the 24 Tirthankaras or lineage of prophets. Their teachings comprise the Agam Sutras, which are the religion's holy scriptures. The last Tirthankara was Lord Mahavira, who was born a prince of the Vaishali kingdom around the 5th to 6th century BC. He later forsook his royal status to pursue a solitary spiritual life. After attaining Kevalgnana or all-knowing intuitive vision, Mahavira was known to face all obstacles with acceptance and forgiveness. He also shared discourses on spiritual truths which form the present-day tenets of Jainism. Supreme Master Chengai has given tribute to the spiritual greatness of Lord Mahavira as during this lecture in Taiwan, also known as Formosa, on June 23, 2019.
I don't know if anyone in the history of mankind could have done or could be doing or will be doing such an asceticism, such a sacrifice like the Lord Mahavir. Okay? That's why I want to read it to you. His heart was filled with equanimity and compassion. His face beamed with a spontaneous smile. Why does he feel compassion after he have this power? Because he can feel what the humans or beings around him or in the world feel. You know, their sorrow, their pain, their frustration, their troubles, their helplessness, their suffering. That's why he has compassion for them.
We present to you today excerpts from Book 1, Lecture 11, from Jainism's Sutrakritanga Sutra. First Book, 11th Lecture, The Path. What is the path that has been preached by the wise Brahmana, that is Mahavira, having correctly entered upon which path a man crosses the flood of samsara which is difficult to pass? O monk and great sage, tell us this best path which leads to liberation from all misery as you know it. Tell us how we should describe that path. If somebody, a god or a man, should ask us about it, if somebody, a god or a man, ask you about it, tell them the truth about the path. Listen to me. the very difficult path explained by the Kashyapa, following which some men from this earth have formerly passed over the samsara, like traders over the ocean pass over it even now, and will pass over it in future. This path which I have learned, I shall explain in due order. Man, listen to me. Earth lives are individual beings, so are water lives, fire lives, and wind lives, grass, trees, corn, and the remaining, namely the movable beings. Thus are enumerated the 6 classes of living beings. These are all the living beings. There are no more besides. A wise man should study them with all means of philosophical research. All beings hate pains, therefore one should not kill them. This is the quintessence of wisdom, not to kill anything. Know this to be the legitimate conclusion from the principle of the reciprocity with regard to non-killing. He should cease to injure living beings, whether they move or not, on high, below, and on earth. For this has been called the nirvana, which consists in peace, master of his senses, and avoiding wrong. He should do no harm to anybody, neither by thoughts, nor words, nor acts. A wise man who restrains his senses and possesses great knowledge should accept such things as are freely given him, being always circumspect with regard to the accepting of alms and abstaining from what he is forbidden to accept. A true monk should not accept such food and drink as has been especially prepared for him, along with slaughter of living beings. He should not partake of a meal which contains but a particle of forbidden food. This is the law, spiritual precepts of him who is rich in control. Whatever food a monk suspects to be impure, he may not eat. A man who guards his soul and subdues his senses should never assent to anybody killing beings. In towns and villages, cases will occur which place the faithful in a dilemma. Hearing the talk of people, one should not say, "This is a good action," nor "This is a bad action," for there is an objection to either answer. He should not say that it is meritorious, because he ought to save those beings, whether they move or not, which are killed there for the sake of making a gift. Nor should he say that it is not meritorious, because he would then prevent those for whose sake the food and drink in question is prepared to get their due. Those who praise the gift are accessory to the killing of beings. Those who forbid it deprive others of the means of subsistence. Those, however, who give neither answer, namely that it is meritorious or is not so, do not expose themselves to guilt and will reach beatitude, knowing that beatitude is the best thing as the moon is among the stars. A sage, always restrained and subduing his senses, brings about beatitude. A pious man shows an island to the beings which are carried away by the flood of the samsara and suffer for their deeds. This place of safety has been proclaimed by the Tirthankaras. He who guards his soul, subdues his senses, puts a stop to the current of the samsara, and is free from asravas, is entitled to expound the pure, complete, unparalleled law, spiritual precepts. Those who do not know this law, spiritual precepts, are not awakened, though they fancy themselves awakened, believing themselves awakened. They are beyond the boundary of right faith, eating seeds and drinking cold water and what has been especially prepared for them. They enter upon meditation, but are ignorant of the truth and do not possess carefulness. As dankas, herons, ospreys, cormorants, and pheasants meditate upon capturing fish, which is a sinful and very low meditation, so some heretical, unworthy sramanas contemplate the pursuit of pleasures. They are sinful and very low like herons. Here, some weak-minded persons, abusing the pure path, enter upon a wrong path. They thereby will go to misery and destruction. As a blind born man getting into a leaky boat wants to reach the shore but is drowned during the passage, so some unworthy heretical sramanas having got into the full current of the samsara, will incur great danger. But knowing this law, spiritual precepts, which has been proclaimed by the Kashyapa, a monk crosses the dreadful current of the samsara and wanders about intent on the benefit of his soul. Indifferent to worldly objects, a man should wander about treating all creatures in the world so as he himself would be treated. A wise man, knowing and renouncing excessive pride and deceit, in short, giving up all causes of worldly existence, brings about his liberation. He acquires good qualities and leaves off bad qualities. A monk who vigorously practices austerities avoids anger and pride. The Buddhas that were and the Buddhas that will be, they as it were have peace as their foundation, even as all things have the earth for their foundation. And if any accidents whatever befall him who has gained that foundation, he will not be overpowered by them as a mountain by the storm. A restrained, very learned and wise monk should accept such alms as are freely given him, being free from passions and waiting for his end. This is the doctrine of the Kevalin, thus I say. Luminous viewers, thank you for your company on today's The Path and the Creed. Selections from Jainism's Holy Sutrakritanga Sutra, Book 1, Part 1 of 2 on Words of Wisdom. Please join us again tomorrow for Part 2 of this program. Coming up next is the melodic hearts and spirit of the Garifuna people, right after noteworthy news here on Supreme Master Television. May you be ever guided by the inner peace of the Divine.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/WOW.